pains me to have to report that Prince Harry is making the rounds again because obviously he signed that $100 million Netflix deal. And, well, now Netflix is demanding their pound of flesh. And honestly, things were looking up. I was feeling rather excited for Prince Harry when I heard that he was going to be focusing on the Invictus Games, right? Because we understand that Prince Harry loves the military. He loves military games. He's dedicated a lot of his life. And I think that actually might be something real inside of him. So I was looking forward to this not ever being about his family. I think we've moved on from that chapter. But of course, Netflix understands that that's really only people want to hear from Prince Harry. They want to hear him talk about his family. And Prince Harry has acquiesced with that. He basically has sold his family for profit. So it should come as a surprise to absolutely no one that Prince Harry is appearing to take another jab at the royal family by saying that he didn't have a support network after his mother died or after he returned from Afghanistan. Let's hear Prince Harry in his own words.
Losing my mum at such a young age. The trauma that I had, I was never really aware of. It was never discussed. I didn't really talk about it. And I suppressed it like most youngsters would have done. The biggest struggle for me was the people, no one around me really could help. I didn't have that support structure, that network, or that expert advice to identify what was actually going on with me.
So I'm going to explain to you why I believe that him and his wife are both manipulative, okay? Because let me tell you what they're doing. They're using something that is such a touchy subject. Every time they sit down, they keep talking about Princess Diana. And this is something, by the way, that a lot of people have trauma from. I remember Princess Diana dying. I know that Meghan Markle said she had no idea who Princess Diana was, but you couldn't go into the supermarket. I grew up with not any resources. You couldn't walk into a supermarket anywhere without seeing her image and, of course, understanding that somebody very important had died, right? And so what he's doing is he's harnessing natural human emotion. Of course, we are all understandable. We are all understanding and sympathetic and compassionate to any child that loses a parent. I don't know how old he was, 8 or 9 years old. Any child loses a parent, any adult that loses a parent, anybody that loses a grandparent, any person that was close in their life. I lost my grandparent back in 2021. It was a very big deal. It's hard for me to get over. He's using that and saying that if I keep talking about this, you're going to be the monster if you criticize it. Let me be the monster for everybody to tell you why what he is doing is unnatural. It is one thing to talk about the struggles that you went through. It is one thing to talk about losing a loved one, a relative, even if they've been in your life for 30 years, if they're just in your life for 5 years. It is another thing to sell that compassion to Netflix for $100 million. And that is the part that is so bothersome. If Prince Harry was a part of some charity and he was just speaking to children who have lost their parents, if he was just speaking out about having lost his parents in the public space, if he was just talking to a news channel, there was no profit motive, I would say all of this is real. It is incredible that the only time he feels an emotion or decides to speak out on emotion for his mother, it is when there was a check. And that, my friends, is why Prince Harry and Meghan are positively discussing, because they're trying to convince you that they have real pain, that they're real people, that they want real privacy, that it really is about racism. It really is about the death of a loved one. It really is about his love for the military or love for people that came back from Afghanistan. The only problem is they seem to only love those things when Netflix demands their pound of flesh. And so, as I said, I still rate them as manipulative. I rate them as abhorrent, and I will have some respect for him when they can produce one thing that garners them cash without them having to throw his very public family under the bus.